All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did, but we should focus on what's coming up right now because I'm enjoying this so much. She just released her second album, Chrysalis or Chrysalis. I don't know the pronunciation. Don't at me, folks. It's in the morning when we're recording this, so please give me some leeway. But her second album, her sophomore album, is out right now, and she's about to do some. She's smack bang in the middle of doing a bunch of shows. I'm so excited to actually have her on the show. Please give a warm welcome to the one, the only Tia Gostelow on the phone right now with me. Tia, how are you going today? Welcome to the show. Firstly,
I am great. Thank you for having me. How are you?
The fact that you're like so bright and so like awake right now makes me forget that you're an hour behind us. Yeah. I keep forgetting that it is like 8 something in the morning over there, and I'm so jealous that you can muster together the energy in the morning that I just don't seem to have.
Look, this wasn't the case yesterday, so I've got my coffee today and I'm fine.
Yes. Yeah, you're doing the thing that I was supposed to plan to do but didn't get around to it, so it's all good. Firstly, I want to mention congrats on the album. It's really cool. We were jamming to it last night. So much fun. So many 80s inspired songs on it. Like it was my housemate who grew up in the 80s was very much getting into it. I think I brought a few too many close to home memories that maybe he didn't want to talk about.
I love it. Thank you.
Firstly, I just want to say, good stuff on the album. What's it like finally putting out something putting out your second album? Is there less or more, or was there less or more anticipation coming around the second time?
I think there was a lot more nerves this time before releasing it. And I think that was purely because I feel like once you have a body of work out, it's really hard to, I guess, evolve, but try not to steer too clear from, I guess, what people loved about that first record. So I was definitely really nervous to release this album, especially because it is so different to Thick Skin, my first record. And I wasn't really sure how people were going to react to it, but thankfully everybody seems to really love it. And it was kind of like a sense of relief once it came out into the world. We've been sitting with it for over a year now. So, super stoked that it's out.
Yeah, I was going to say, what was the main emotion that was going through your head as this second album was coming out? Was it more anticipation, or was it a case of nervousness? I know that the two can sometimes be confused, but what were you specifically, focusing on or maybe concerned about as it was coming out? What was the main focus there?
I think I was more just relieved once it came out. I felt like there was just the week before it was going to be released was the most stressful week I've ever had in my life. Yeah. And my mum also manages me, and I've never seen her that stressed before in my life.
Okay.
So I think once it finally came out, we were both just thank God. And it I was nervous about it, but I think I was more excited because I really just wanted to play these songs live, and I'd been talking to all my friends about this new album, and I wanted them all to hear it, and I was just super excited as well.
And location, permitting, you've been doing a fair bit of touring actually, which is a bit bizarre to say in a year like it is at the moment. So, because you're actually going to a show today, actually. So, do you want to tell us a bit about that? Because that sounds like a lot of fun when we were mentioning it before.
Yeah, so the band and I are playing at Sandstone Point up near Bribie Island, just an hour north of Brisbane, and it's going to be so much fun. It's right on the water. Bernard Fanning's headlining, and Ballpark Music, Xavier Wright and Thelma Plum are all playing as well. So super stoked because some of them are good mates that I've toured with before, especially Ballpark. So I'm really excited to see them all as well.
Yeah, yeah. So is it a case of when you come back to see people that you've toured with before, do you find it's a bit of a reunion? Oh, how you going? Yeah. Or is it really just it's work? It's all work. What's the attitude you bring?
Definitely a reunion, especially with Ballpark, because we did a mammoth tour with them last year in the middle of the year, and we all just became such good friends. So like every time we see each other, it's always super nice, and they're like the loveliest humans in the world. So yeah, super stoked to see them. And same as Bernard and Thelma, like love them. I haven't met Xavier Rudd before, but I'm sure he'd be amazing.
Yeah, you're gonna get the fanning moment.
Yeah.
Wait, did I just say? Did I just accidentally pun there? Fanning. Whoops.
Fanning.
Okay.
Look at you go.
Yeah, I know, right? How good is this for something o'clock in the morning? No, that's really cool. And is it going to be one of those outdoor shows?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That will be so good. What's the weather like? I know this is going to sound. I know that our station manager goes, "No, Daniel, don't talk about the weather on a podcast because it's not happening right now." But what is the weather like today? Because I that is important. Like if the weather's swell, you know it's going to be a good show.
It is a beautiful blue sky day in Brisbane at the moment, and hopefully it's still the same in our north.
That's a good thing because you just want that nice sunny weather. Just chill in the back, have a couple of beers afterwards.
A couple of brewskis, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's the choice for your after show drink? What do you normally go for? I'm a big
gin and tonic drinker. I feel like I've overdone it on the gin and tonic, so
okay.
I think it's time to move on.
I've got a friend who, obviously, our sometimes co-host, goes for the gin and tonic sans gin. Sorry. Sorry, did I say sans gin? No, the gin and tonic. I ruined the joke. Gin and tonic sans tonic. And he just goes up to the bar. It's like, I'll have 2 shots of gin, just in the glass, no ice, nothing. And yeah,
my goodness.
That'll be his opener. It's like, good.
That is
rogue. And like, I'm not a gin guy. So I look at him and I just like, my face is screwing up as we go. Like, I don't get it. It's just give me a glass of rum.
Yes, it's an acquired taste.
Yeah. No, but I've had some good gin before, but no, it's an interesting choice. I mean, on the warm days, it must be quite nice with a bit of, that nice freshness. Yeah, a bit of lime. That'd go down a treat. Yeah. Nice. So let's dive into the making of the album. This is what I always love to do. I like to talk about, obviously, the process behind making the record. So after your first album, what mindset were you in terms of coming into this second record? What did you want to achieve when you started?
Well, I guess coming out of Thick Skin, like I was super young when I recorded that. Like there were songs on that album from when I was like 15. So like, I don't know, I felt like I had just been sitting with all of that for so many years, and I was really excited to do something new and evolve and kind of go on a different route. But I guess this time going into the second album, I was a lot more comfortable being, I guess, in a studio. I knew like kind of the basics of recording an album, what goes into it. And this time I really wanted to be a lot more organized, and I was thinking a lot more about like the live show, the live aspects. I was thinking more about the album as a whole visually as well, more than just like the songs on the record. So like going into it, I really wanted to get a big creative team together that helped match the songs to like the visuals and make sure like all like the music videos, the artwork, everything was all really cohesive. So like I got like a big creative team together with like a graphic designer, photographer, stylist, makeup artist, all of that kind of stuff. And we worked together for months before we did like a big shoot. And we came up with like all the visuals for like the album cover, all the singles and everything like that. And that was something I really wanted to make sure was spot on. I was like really inspired by Broods' album, Don't Feed the Pop Monster. I remember seeing like all of their artwork and being like, oh my God, that's amazing. And like even their music videos. So I took a lot of inspiration from that. And also like I saw them at Splendor, I think last year or the year before. But I saw them there, and like their whole live show, like the colors, the lighting, everything I just fell in love with. And I wanted to make sure that my live shows were that exciting, and I wanted people to able to get up and dance. Not that we can really at the moment.
Come on, guys, my songs aren't all depressing. Yeah. Come on, I want to jive.
Literally, like when I was playing like my thick skin songs, I could see people like standing there and like they were swaying on the spot, and it just seemed like they wanted to dance but they couldn't. Yeah. So I really wanted this next album to be really fun and danceable. So hopefully I've achieved that.
the Tia Gostelow, the stand but sway kind of groover. I like that. I mean, when you're playing live, like, do you tend to stand in the one spot and sway, or are you like, you got to move around? Like this stage is my my bitch. If I say, like, is that okay to describe it as that? Like,
yeah. Well, let me tell you, when I was playing the thick skin songs, I did stand there and sway. And when I started playing the Chrysalis launch shows, like I have never moved so much on stage before in my life.
So was that like intentional? Like, did you go as you were preparing for the shows, like, right, I'm going to absolutely make the most out of the space I've got?
Yep, totally.
Yeah. So, okay, so there you go. So I don't know whether it's like looking into a mirror when you look in the audience. They're like, if you're moving around, does like the audience move around as well?
I don't know. I kind of just felt like going into these album launch shows, and I think also having like such a big break this year from music, I was just super rejuvenated. I felt so motivated, and I was kind of like, everyone's got to be seated at these shows. So like, what do I have to lose if I'm like dancing on stage? You know, like people are here to have like a good time, see a show. May as well just give it everything.
I'll tell you what, like if you, I didn't think of that because I forgot you guys had the absolute pleasure of maintaining your live music scene right now, and I'm so jealous. But I forget that you guys have got to sit down for the shows. It's like, it's not really the year to get people up and dancing, is it? It's like, this was the year to release the depressing album. Like, why didn't you have the foresight, Tia? Come on.
Look, I don't know. I have been told I have some psychic abilities, but I don't think that's correct.
Okay. Where are you getting that information from? Which publication's saying that? But I mean, when you were getting the songs together, though, you mentioned that you wanted to put a bit more energy into the songs. So was that in mind when the pen was going to paper, or is it a case of you had the songs, you go, right, like how can we make this an energetic, upbeat sort of production? When was that happening?
It was when the songs were being written. So when I was going into like, because all the songs on the album are pretty much co-writes. So when I was going into these sessions, I was telling whoever I was working with, I'm like, I want to make something really upbeat, a bit like more electronic than what I've been doing. And I pretty much just told them like, all I want is a lot of synths and a lot of 80s drums. And we kind of just went from there. But I knew that I didn't want as much like guitar in the songs as well. So I just gave them those like couple of little things, and every time we wrote a song was always pretty upbeat, which was really cool.
I noticed that when I was listening through the album, there's like not a downer on the record. So that was I'm guessing that was intentional.
Yeah, totally.
And I mean, as I think we were saying off air, like that it just triggered my 80s fix for the week. Like just the gated drum rolls and that as you go through, because there's quite a few of them actually. And I was like, oh yes, they're just layering on the reverb. Good on you. No, there's with the co-writes though, because we'll get to playing one of the songs in a sec. But with the co-writing though, how did you find that? Was it easy to come into to getting like the verses out, or did you find that you really had to get used to that sort of setup?
I am a big fan of co-writing with people. So for the most part, it comes really easily. Yes. And I don't know, I think for me, it's really cool working with different people and seeing how different people work. Because when you go into a different session, they're not all going to be working the same as like the previous one that you've been in. So I just really enjoyed being with different people and vibing off different people. And I guess it's cool to see what other people can bring from an idea, which I really, really loved.
Nice. Let's chat about the song we're actually going to play in a sec, which is called Wonder. So, I mean, what was I guess, what's the song about in terms, like, what were you thinking at the time of putting it down?
Yeah, so Wonder is about me being in a long distance relationship. My partner lives away in Mackay and I was living in Brisbane. And at that point in time, I was really struggling with, I guess, being away from him. But I think it was also just not being able to do the little things that you can do when you're with your partner all the time, even waking up next to each other or making a coffee together, all that kind of stuff.
Ordering coffee.
Ordering Uber Eats. Yeah.
Ordering Uber Eats, yeah.
But yeah, I think at the time, I hadn't been home in a long time and I was missing him and missing my parents, and it was all just kind of a bit too much for me. And I went into the studio with Gab Strum, who was Japanese wallpaper, and also Ben. Oh no, this wasn't with Ben. This is just with Gab. And
geez, you want to get the credits right? Come on.
Sorry. This is just with Japanese wallpaper.
You're an hour behind us. I'll forgive you. It's all good.
Yes. Oh, thank you very much. But yeah, this was really fun to write, and Gab is such an amazing human, and he really helped put all of this together.
Nice. Let's play it, guys. It is called Wonder, and it is off the brand new album. You want to give me the actual proper pronunciation, Tia?
Chrysalis.
Chrysalis. There we go. It just flows through it like that. We'll be back soon on Bar Talk with more chat, fun times with Tia. Talk more about the album, hopefully. But yeah, right now, enjoy the song. Holy moly, folks. Welcome back to the show. I hope you enjoyed that. That was Wonder off a brand new album, Chrysalis, by Tia Gostelow. It is out now, folks, and I am so keen to have Tia on air right now with me, chatting all things album-wise. Tia, what a great track. And that was one of your picks. That one hasn't come out as a single, has it?
No.
So have you found that with choosing the singles on this album that it was mainly what you thought would really work, or was it a case of you had to do everything and then go, okay, which ones are going to really work as singles?
I feel like I had, like, when I was recording it, I kind of had my picks for singles. But obviously, like, I have my managers that I need to consult with, and I guess, like, it was like a mutual decision between everybody.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, how close to the money were you?
Oh, kind of close. I think I was pretty close.
Well, it's very what's the word? Metacratic, I think is the correct word, where it's like a lot of consultation, a lot of consensual decisions going on between you and your managers. It sounds like it's a very democratic process.
Yeah.
How many executive decisions do you get per album? Like, it's like the get out of jail free cards. They like give you 3 at the start of the recording process. Like, okay, Tia, these are very valuable because once you use them up, you don't get them back.
Well, no, I get the final say in everything, which is great. Like, that's a luxury of releasing everything on my own record label.
That's why I did
independent.
Yeah, true. I mean, that's really good to hear, though. But I want to know because you mentioned because you sound like a kind of person that really just loves to work together with other people, because you said you really enjoyed the co-writing side of it. So when you're putting the songs together in the studio, how much, I guess, input is everyone else putting into the creative decisions? Obviously, you've got like the standard, like, you know, like the technical side of things, but I'm talking more about like the tastemaker stuff, like the reverb should be up here, or the bass needs to just do this here, like that sort of thing. Yeah,
I love having everybody's opinions. When we recorded this album, though, it was a bit different. It was only me, Oscar, who produced it, and my drummer Baz that were there. So like I didn't have like a full band like I did on Thick Skin. So I don't know, I felt like it was really nice and really collaborative, and I always want to know what everybody else's opinions are. I really, for that, I love hearing like what Baz's opinions are on the drums. Like, obviously I don't know how to play drums, so like I kind of just leave that up to like Oscar and Baz to do all like the technical side of it. But like if I have like an idea, I'll obviously tell them, and then Baz will like bring that to life.
You do that thing that goes
yeah,
is it like that, or it's like it must sound like him, like he's just like, you know, the caveman thing with the club. It's like, do this, bonk. Like, is that what it's like? Literally. Some of the time?
Yeah, or like I'll like find a song and be like, this sound, do this, I like this.
That's plagiarism, Tia. We can't do that. I've told you a million times. So you can't put in the drum roll from In the Air Tonight in every single song. I know you like the 80s. Come on.
You can't put the Toto drums in there.
Oh my God. But speaking of instrumentation and experimenting with it, if you can call it that, putting the Toto drums, is that experimentation?
Yeah.
Actually, how much experimentation did you do on the album in terms of like trying new things?
Well, I actually played bass, piano, and some synth in some of the songs, which is really cool.
Should we add multi-instrumentalists to your resume now?
If you think that playing one song with 4 notes on the bass is multi-instrumentalist, then yes.
Fair enough.
But no, that was really, really fun. And like Oscar had a lot of patience with me when I was recording that stuff. But for me, it was really important to do that. I really wanted to be a lot more involved musically this time around. And yeah, it was just so much fun, and everything was just like so casual and just really chill, which was amazing, because sometimes when you go into the studio, it can be really daunting and can be really scary, but Oscar made me feel super comfortable, which was amazing.
Nice. I want to quickly touch on before we play the last song. What's happening with your plans for the rest of the year now that now with summer and everything opening up again? Is there any sort of plans you got in mind for the summer?
Not really, to be honest. Like, I've got this one show at Sandstone today, and I don't really have anything booked for the rest of the year, but it'll probably just be spent with my family up in Mackay before I move back down to Brisbane.
And that's such a valuable thing, isn't it? It's like,
yeah,
you gotta spend time. You know, mum, when your mum's your boss, you gotta leave time for my mum as well.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's the one? I'll ask this bit of trivia. What's Tia's favourite home cooked meal that mum makes when she's not in manager mode?
She does. Well, she actually did this the other night, but it's like this really yummy, like, roasted veggie salad with salt and pepper squid.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Is there locally caught squid up where she lives?
Yeah, lots of really yummy seafood up there.
Oh, nice. That sounds like a great summer food too in the nice warm Queensland weather.
Totally.
Yeah, nice. Well, where can obviously people find your socials and the new album and I guess all the merch and the fun stuff? Where can people find it?
So literally I'm on every platform. Everything's under just my name, Tia Gostelow. My website has like my merch. We've just had heaps of new designs put up, which is really cool. And you can obviously find my music on Spotify, Apple Music, all of that kind of stuff.
Nice. Did you end up doing physical versions of the album as well? Yeah,
we got some vinyls printed and some CDs.
Nice. I'm assuming you can catch all the merch and that at your shows whenever that may be.
Yeah,
as well.
Totally.
Fantastic. Let's talk for the last, I guess, however long you've got about the latest single, Two Lovers, because it opens up the album. And was that intentional to have this as the opener from the start?
Yeah, totally. I felt like to me, it just summarized the whole album really well. And also having like that cassette tape sound at the start of the record, I think was super cool.
It's a nice sound effect to start off on, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And also I don't know, it's just such a huge song and I felt like it really deserved that first spot on the album, and I really wanted that to be the first thing that everybody heard.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could just confuse everybody that does buy the vinyl and like, that's not just extra scratch on my record player. No, that's actually intentional.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. So just with this one, what sort of stood out for you in terms of the structure of the song as you said, I'm going to put this down as a single. What sort of stood out for you compared to some of the other ones that may not have made the cut as a single?
I just think like as a whole, the song is just, I don't know, it just like resonated with me the most, but also like musically, I think the choruses are so huge and so catchy.
Yeah.
And like the driving like synth lines all throughout it that you hear. And also like when you can hear like bits of the cassette tape kind of sprinkled all throughout the song. Like there's a radio edit which is a bit shorter, but there's also like the actual
Boo, those are for like the boring commercial stations.
I know. But you got to do it.
You got to do it. Yeah.
Totally.
Make sure we play the album version just to tickle the feathers.
I think we should.
Yeah, so keep going.
Yeah, so I just think that I don't know, when we were recording this, it also just felt like such a fun song to play live. Like I was so excited to play it live, and like there's just so much sub in it, and I don't know, I just love how huge it is.
Well, books, put it in your subwoofer. It sounds so good, I promise. You know. You haven't tried to like, you know, get a friend, like coax a friend. It's like, put the album in. It's going to sound like great on the bass. Like if you just like, you know, just watch the back go up and down.
Yep, I've done it.
You've done it. Okay. Is it as satisfying as it sounds?
Yes,
oh,
it is.
You know it. So I say, speaking of, I wanted to quickly mention before you do head off, with the live songs, because you playing live, of course, you mentioned that all the songs are designed to play live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm guessing with that, obviously you were intending that to happen when you were going ahead and putting the songs together?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, nice. Well, I'm definitely keen if Anastasia opens up the border and she responds to the other premier's messages
Yeah.
every now and again.
Go Queensland.
It's called that post-election hangover, folks.
Yeah.
I believe the US is having it right now as well. No, thank you so much, Tia. And again, congratulations and everything and best of luck too as you come into the new year. And hopefully when the Deer border opens up, we can see some of these songs played live down here in Melbourne town.
I hope so too. Thank you so much.
Let's take it off. And do you want to introduce the new single as we start to play it? Tell us who you are and what you're listening to.
I'm Tia Gostelow, and you're listening to Two Lovers.
Brilliant, folks.
Forget what it's like to be a part of something new. It feels good to have something to lose. If I get nothing else right, at least there's you. Forget what it's like to be a part of something new.
AustralianMusiciansRadio.com.